Hi everyone, it's me Krista. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome for the very first time to my little art corner here on YouTube. Today we are doing day 11 of Inktober and today's prompt is disgusting. I decided I wanted to draw a Nosferatu kind of vampire, specifically a Vampire the Masquerade kind of Nosferatu, not the one from the film Count Orlok, not him. I also decided early on that I wanted him to look like his skin was really dried out, almost mummified, and that he had some boils on his forehead. At this point in the drawing, I'm just getting in my basic sketch, and I'm just using a plain old BIC Mechanical Pencil. Since I am out of bristle board, I am just using some Strathmore Watercolor Postcards, also still in 4x6. Right now I am just lining the lines that I want to keep in that I have for my sketch, and I'm using a Faber-Castell Pitt artist pen. This one's just a medium one. I also decided that I wanted part of his head to be missing, and that I wanted it to look like there was a tear in his one ear. To make it almost look like he's been in a couple of scraps over the years, or that the dryness he's experiencing, he's just getting so brittle that little parts are just falling off. I was actually surprised that the markers that I do end up pulling in work pretty well on this watercolor paper. It's not a super rough one, and it's also not super smooth. It's kind of a nice in-between, so it seemed to hold on to the Marabu sketch markers really well. I'm again just using the cool gray markers that came in that Marabu sketch markers set that we got in the August Palette Full Packs box for the shading, starting with the lightest one, and then I'll be going gradually to the darkest one. I'm also using the lightest one to help follow the lines I already have set up for him in the face. At this point, I'm basically just setting up a base layer of marker, and I'll gradually be going over it with the other shades and the black marker liners again. I'm also pulling in a white gel pen to help pull out highlights a little bit further and to lighten up areas that I think have gotten too dark. I explicitly use it on the pupils of the eyes to make them stand out a bit more and make him look a little creepier. I also pull in another Faber-Castell Pitt pen, this time it's brush pen, and this is to help get in the thicker, deeper lines. I spend a lot of the time on this drawing just getting a bunch of lines in his face. I went a little overboard with it, not gonna lie, but overall I like how it turned out. For some reason, facially, he's giving me some major, the Jin from Wishmaster vibes. Don't know why. As I've said many times before on this channel, especially with markers, I like doing a lot of layering. And since this is a watercolor paper that can hold up to watercolors, it can handle quite a bit of layering. You always want to make sure you pick a paper that's thick enough to be able to do these kind of techniques if you're going to try them out. The markers also applied very well on this paper. Sometimes with watercolor paper you do need to be careful because it can suck the life out of your markers. This one did not do that. This project was just a fun, easy one for me. I like drawing creepy stuff, and it's always nice to be able to go back to that a little bit. Been drawing monsters since I was a small child, and I find something incredibly comforting about it. Don't ask, I don't know. For the scarf and the coat, I intentionally did not put as much detail or line work as I did into the face. I wanted the focus to mostly be on that face there. So I just start pulling in the darkest of the Marabu markers, and then I pull in the brush pen to get some lines going in, and I go back and forth between the different markers to help blend it out slightly. I also keep the scarf and the coat darker than the face tonally, once again, so that that brightness that is in that face, it attracts your eye right to it. That is my focal point as much as possible for this one. I do use the white gel pen on the coat in a couple of different spots, and then blend it out with my finger just to add a couple of lighter spots in there. None of them are quite as bright as the face. And you guys might have noticed that I don't erase my pencil lines usually until the very end. I like keeping them in because it helps me personally keep track of what's going on. It's very easy for me to get lost in the bigger picture of the drawing, the bigger picture of the picture, so to speak. And keeping them in there does help me kind of figure out where I am and where I'm going. At this point in the drawing, I'm pretty much just fine-tuning everything, thickening up certain lines in certain areas. I pull in the black Pentel Arts Technica pen because it's really skinny to help solidify some of my other lines. Sometimes they can get a little squiggly, so to do that, it helps strengthen them up a little bit. That noise was just my cat trying to break into the room. He can get in through another way, but he likes banging on the door because he's a little jerk. And at this point, I'm just erasing those lines that I had for my pencil work. It would be easier to use a kneaded eraser, but I'm just using the end of the BIC pencil that I have. With that, this project and therefore this video is pretty much done. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, feelings, concerns, or you want to let me know what you're doing for this Inktober, let me know all about that in the comment section down below. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe. I will be doing Inktober projects every day for the month of October and posting them here on YouTube. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day or night to watch this video and listen to me ramble. I greatly appreciate it. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon, and you'll definitely be hearing from me soon. Bye, everybody!